Well, it reported yesterday how, like it or not, and Labour won't, that the Conservatives are set to make Brexit and delivering on Brexit a part of the next general election. Boris Johnson at the Conservative Party conference talking about Brexit in relation to those in Ukraine, talking about choosing freedom and saying that the British people voted for Brexit in such large numbers, wanted to be free to do things differently and for this country to be able to run itself. If you didn't see this part of the speech, which some are now freaking out about, here is what Boris had to say.
And I know that it's the instinct of the people of this country, like the people of Ukraine, to choose freedom every time. I can give you a couple of famous recent examples. When the British people voted for Brexit in such large numbers, I don't believe it was because they were remotely hostile to foreigners. It's because they wanted to be free, to do things differently and for this country to be able to run itself.
Now, before we get to some of the hysterical reactions to this, it's worth noting for context, of course, that when the poll was done recently in Ukraine, the Ukrainian people have a more favourable view of Boris Johnson than the likes of Joe Biden or the German Chancellor. Indeed, the UK more popular with the Ukrainian people than the EU, the US or NATO. But yet this speech from Boris, this part of his speech, has got a big reaction, a big backlash from the usual suspects, i.e. hardline British Remainers. Patrick O'Flynn's assessment is that the row over Johnson's remarks about Ukraine wanting to forge its own path and Brexit being an example of the UK public also forging their own path is idyllic middle-class nonsense. It hardly matters a jot. He clearly wasn't comparing the EU to Putin. David Campbell-Bannerman saying there are many ways to lose your freedom as a country. One is to have tanks roll in. Another is for supporters of the invader to help the takeover by handing powers over without war. Same result. Those who condemn such remarks should declare their real intentions. Now, you would have thought those in the EU would have been focusing on, for instance, Germany's continuing disgraceful reliance on Russia, the fact that the EU countries still paying Russia billions for fossil fuels since the horrific invasion of Ukraine, the fact that the Ukrainian president himself, addressing German MPs, called them out on a complete failure to properly support Ukraine. But nevertheless, apparently some in the EU fixated still on Brexit Britain and Boris Johnson. Carl Bildt, co-chair of the European Council on Foreign Relations, whatever that is, saying that what Boris Johnson said was truly disgraceful, despicable, and that any thought of inviting this man to an EU summit should be shelved. Donald Tusk, I'm sure some of you remember him, saying that his words apparently offend Ukrainians, the British, and common sense. As I said, I think those in the EU really should be focusing more on getting their own house in order, given the state of affairs and the fact that the UK has led the way in supporting the people of Ukraine. Let me know what you think of what Boris has had to say there. Do you think the media have gone totally over the top with this reaction or not? As ever, I'll keep bringing you all the very latest on this and more, guys. So please do give this video a quick thumbs up. And of course, as ever, thanks for watching.